In Chapter 10.2, we're looking at personal loans and simple interest. What you will learn in this chapter is how to calculate ordinary interest and how to calculate a discount loan. The amount of credit extended or the principal of the loan and the interest rate that you may obtain depend on the assurance that you can give the lender that you'll be able to repay the loan. Security, or collateral, is anything of value pledged by the borrower that the lender may sell or keep if the borrower does not repay the loan. A personal note is a document or agreement that states the terms and conditions of the loan. Bankers sometimes grant loans without security, but they require the signature of one or more other persons called a cosigner who guarantees the loan will be repaid. Interest is the money the borrower pays to use the lender's money. Simple interest is based on the entire amount of the loan for the total period of the loan. Our simple interest formula is interest is equal to the principal times the rate times the time. The rate, in this particular case, is as a decimal. The principal is the amount lent. T is the time, days, months, or years. In most cases, if we have an annualized rate, it's based on years. The most common type of simple interest is called ordinary interest, and for computing ordinary interest, each month has 30 days and a year has 12 months or 360 days. On the due date of a simple interest note, the borrower must repay the principal plus the interest. In other words, the payment is equal to the principal plus the interest. So in our first example, air conditioning loan, Sherry needs to borrow $6,200 to replace the air conditioner in her home. From her credit union, Sherry obtains a 30-month loan with an annual simple interest rate of 5.75%. So our first question is, calculate the simple interest she is charged on the loan. So we write down, here's the solution, we write down that the principal P is $6,200. The rate in decimal form is 0.0575, and T, which is in months, so now we have to convert it to years, is 30 divided by 12, which is equal to 2.5 years. And so now our interest rate is I is equal to P plus R times T, our interest that is. And so we plug in the numbers, 6,200 times 0.0575 times 2.5, and we get a total of $891.25. The simple interest on 6,200 at 5.75% for 30 months is $891.25. Now, in this particular problem, we ask the question, determine the amount of principal plus interest Sherry will pay to the credit union at the end of 30 months to pay off her loan. The solution is the amount to be repaid is equal to the principal, $6,200, plus the interest of $891.25. So the payment is equal to 62 plus 891.25, and this is equal to $7,091.25. That's what she has to pay. So the solution is the amount is equal to P plus I, 6,200 plus 891 plus 25, and you see that it's $7,091.25. So to pay off her loan, Sherry will pay the credit union $7,091.25 at the end of 30 months. In another type of loan, the discount note, the interest is paid at the time the borrower receives the loan. The interest charged in advance is called the bank discount. So here we're going to find out the true interest rate of a discount loan, but in the meantime we have 3 questions we're going to be asked. In this example, Sigrid took out a $500 loan using a 10% discount note for a period of 3 months. We want to determine the interest rate she must pay to the bank on the date she receives the loan, the net amount of money she receives from the bank, which is the discount loan amount, and the actual rate of interest for the loan. So the solution of part A is we look at the interest rate is equal to PRT, and we substitute in the values for P and R and T. So in this case, Siegfried wants to borrow $500. The interest rate annualized is 10%, but she's borrowing it for 3 months out of the year, so it's 3 divided by 12. So now we multiply those all together and we get $12.50. So the interest is $12.50. In part B, the amount that Siegfried actually obtains from the discount note is $500 minus $12.50. So Siegfried, when she walks out of the bank or the place that is lending her money, she gets $487.50. The question is, in part C, what's the true interest rate of a discount note that Siegfried is paying for? Well, in this particular case, we see that we're still using the formula I is equal to PRT, but now P has changed and I is just $12.50. P is the amount that Siegfried actually got, and R is what we're trying to find, and the time period for the discount note is 3 months out of 12 months out of the year. When we do the calculation, we see that we get $12.50 is equal to $121.87 approximately times R. And now we solve for R, so we divide $12.50 by 121.875, and we get an interest rate of a little over 10%, which is 0.1026. So in this particular case, the actual rate of interest is 10.3% rather than the quoted 10%. So in summary, in this chapter, we learned how to calculate simple interest using the formula I is equal to PRT. And we learned how to calculate the amounts for a discount loan using the same simple interest, but subtracting it from the amount of the loan. In the next chapter, we're going to learn how to calculate interest and the amount that we have in the bank based on compounding.